beast has been unleashed. Michael Morse is doing exactly what the Giants hoped he would do when he signed as a free agent this offseason. He's a powerful presence in the lineup with the ability to drive the ball out of any part of the yard. Today, Morse looks to slug the Giants to a win in Game 2 of the series. Giants-Indians next. Afternoon baseball here at AT&T Park. Today the Giants handed out replica of the 1954 World Championship ring when the Giants are in New York. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. A nice win for the Giants last night. Tim Hudson was fabulous. And Mike, today it's Tim Hudson or Tim Lincecum. I'm wondering, what do you like so far out of Tim Lincecum?
Well, what I like about Tim Lincecum is he's got command of 4 pitches, and this is something that he has consistently shown since the start of spring training. That is his edge. I think that this team has never seen him before. He definitely has the upper hand. Now, his opponent today, Zach McAllister, is another pitcher who's throwing with a lot of confidence. Coming into today's ball game, he's 3-0 and an ERA in the 2. So it figures to be all about pitching. The team that catches the ball the best and comes up with that one big hit, that's going to have the edge.
All right. Nice day today. Cool last night, but very nice this afternoon. All right, when we come back, we will have the lineups and the very first pitch of this game right after this. You see our great fans filing into AT&T Park as we get ready for baseball. This is Game 2 of this 3-game series. Game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission-free boardwalk is open this weekend. 57 degrees, winds at 8 miles per hour, humidity at 46%, and it is a little hazy and a little overcast. And we got baseball. Laz Diaz holding up the ball game. And we are, if Tim Lincecum was ready to throw at 104, and the Giants like to start their games on time.
See Jeff Nelson giving the okay to Tim Lincecum. Lincecum's a get it and go guy. He doesn't even usually take the 8 throws you're allowed between innings. He wants to go.
First pitch of the ball game is a called strike. So I'm going to close my eyes and say we're started at 105.
There you go. Easy 91-mile-an-hour fastball to open it up for Lincecum.
1 ball and 1 strike. Bourne in the game last night went 1 for 4. He scored a run. Here he fouls it back. It's 1-2. Rest of the lineup for the Tribe. You see Bourne followed by Swisher, Kipnis, and Santana. Brantley is going to hit in the 5th slot. Then it's Cabrera, Gomes, Murphy, and McAllister. And this is rolled foul.
On the hill today for the Giants, Tim Lincecum, the 29-year-old right-hander, in his 8th year at the big league level. He's 1-1 with a 6.43 ERA. Coming off his great start where he's got his first win. Quality start, his last outing. And when you're taking your bat off Lincecum, you're going to see a fastball that's low 90s, a curveball, a slider, and a split. Never has faced Cleveland before. However, he is 8-10 in interleague play.
Right off the bat, Bill Cavanaro knocks it down.
Bill, black shoes, Bill. Black shoes.
Bill got his slips on?
He's got his white Costco specials he's got out there, and he's ready to rip.
You never know when a basketball game might break out. 3-2 to Michael Bourne, who's hitting at 257.
Not that there's anything wrong with the specials, mind you. They just don't go with the uni. And there's Molly Caballero. She's on the other side, and she's got the same kicks on.
2 for 1. Lined into right center field. That's going to be a base hit. And Pagan will get to it. Bourne, with that great speed, is going to head into second base with a leadoff double, and that's how this game gets started.
Let's check out the defense playing behind Lincecum today. Starting the Giants outfield from left to right. It'll be Morse, Pagan, and Pence. That's your outfield. Crawford and Sandoval on the left side. Hicks and Beld on the right side. And Buster Posey will be in the squad, putting down the signs today.
Bourne now 5 for 24 lifetime against Lincecum. Swisher's faced Lincecum a couple of times. Strikeout, a walk, sacrifice fly. Swisher takes low. 2 for 4 last night. And he comes into this at bat hitting at 217. To an 0 to Nick Swisher. Former Oakland A. Small parts of a season with the White Sox.
One
Yankees.
of the most patient hitters in the game.
He's very patient. Pops this one out to left field for Morris. Bourne's going to tag. Here's the throw, and he's going to make it. So the challenge was issued by Michael Bourne.
Well, yeah, I tell you how sensitive it is. When that ball started to drift on Morris and it took him back on his heels, that's what Michael Bourne saw. He was not getting any momentum into the throw. And with his speed, it was an easy take at third. Had he been able to get some momentum into the ball, Bourne never would have tried it.
So here's Kipnis. Kipnis has never faced Lincecum before, at least not during the regular season.
He's starting to heat up. See what he's done his last 12 at bats. 5 hits, a couple last night. Very quick stroke. Giants playing pretty straight away. Middle infielders back in on the corners.
And a base hit to right field, and it's 1-0 Cleveland.
Time now for our Nissan keys to the game, and for Lincecum, get into the flow early. A lot of times it takes him a while to find his rhythm, and that'll be one of the keys today. And so far, I mean, he has not established all 4 pitches. And number 2, release the hounds. The top of the lineup, really a difference maker in last night's ball game with Hunter Pence and Angel Pagan, and Giants would like to see some more of that today. Those are the Nissan keys to the game.
Here's Santana. And a quick toss, and Kipnis is back. Santana 0 for 2 with a couple of walks last night. He was off to a very slow start this season, hitting at 133. He's 1 for his last 20. Giants have the overshift on. And Lincecum starts out. Santana with a pitch down low. Kipnis, you got to keep an eye on him. He's got 4 steals. He does not go, and this is popped up into shallow center field. Crawford backpedaling, still backpedaling, and he makes the catch. 2 out. And here's Michael Brantley. So Brantley, 19 RBIs. He took an 0 for 4 last night. Now with 2 outs, we'll see if Terry Francona is thinking about Kipnis taking off. Belt holding him tight. And the first pitch is in tight. 1 ball and no strikes. Giants, with a win last night, are 13-10. That puts them on top in the National League West. The Indians are 11-12. And overall on the road this year, they've played 10 games. They're 4-6. Giants at home are 6-4. And this is a very quick homestand. 6 games on this homestand before they hit the road for 11 days. On the ground to Belt. This will end the inning. Indians are on the board. A run on 2 hits, 1 left. After 1/2 inning, Indians 1. Giants are coming up.
Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Head to Jack in the Box and try the new Jack's Blazing Chicken Sandwich. It's Jack's hottest sandwich yet. And by Toyota, #1 in NPG, durability, and resale value. Toyota, let's go places.
Indians 1, Giants coming up. Here's the lineup that'll be facing Zach McAllister, a right-hander. It'll be Pagan in the leadoff spot, then Pence, Belt, and Posey. Michael Morris has been red hot in the last couple of games. Sandoval will hit 6, and Crawford, Hicks, and Lincecum.
On the hill today for the Cleveland Indians will be the big right-hander Zach McAllister. 26-year-old righty is in his third year at the big league level, making his fourth start. This is what he has done in the first three. He's been off to a great start, 3-0 with a 2.28 ERA. Big guy, 6'6", 240-pounder, and he's a four-pitch guy. A fastball that got lots of sink and lots of fade and lots of run. I mean, he can't throw it straight. He also has a curveball, slider, and a changeup. The basic four pitches you see from a starter, and he'll use them all. Pretty good control, especially for a big guy, 6'6", 240.
And Pregame laces it the other way, and he's got a base hit. And he's digging for two, and he is going to make it. I didn't think he had a shot.
Release the hounds. We're going to make that our fourth right choice right out of bed. And I mean, how easy does he make this look? There's a 93-mile-an-hour sinker running in the outside corner, and he just pokes it into left field. Now, Michael Brantley's got a pretty good arm, and he gets to it fairly quickly. And despite all that, Pregame says, "I'm going." And this is exactly the kind of energy that Bruce Bochy was hoping to see from Pregame, and he gets it here to start off inning number one. A forward right choice.
And here's Pence. Pence has watched his average go up over the last week. It's now at 250. He had 2 hits last night. He knocked in a pair. And he pops this one back and out of play. He had a good rip.
Let's take a look at the Cleveland Indians defense, starting in the outfield from left to right. It'll be Brantley, Bourne, and Murphy. Cabrera and Santana on the left side of the infield. Kipnis and Swisher on the right side. And Yan Gomes will be in the squad, putting down the signs.
Laz Diaz says, nope, that's why. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Laz Diaz is a low ball guy, and his strike zone is pretty consistent to the knees. Doesn't give you a lot of belt high strikes, but it can get very tight as the game wears on. It can be inconsistent in that way, but he does like the low strike.
Swing and a miss. It's 2-2. The rest of the umpiring crew: Barry, Nelson, and Patillo. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Hunter Pence trying to go the other way because that's where the pitch was thrown. So McAllister now has got the fastball up to 94.
Yeah, with movement. And down around the knees, his movement will sink into a right-handed hitter away from a lefty, and up around the belt it fades. It runs flat and bores into a righty away from a lefty.
Pence sharply on the ground. Pregame will go to third, so a productive out for Hunter Pence. And good base running by Angel Pregame.
Take a look at the opponent average versus pitch type. Against the fastball, the league just hit 248 against McAllister. The curveball about the same. Changeup is getting hit, and the slider is getting hit hard. So you look for him to use a lot of fastball curveball combinations, and so it's always key if he's getting that curveball over. Doesn't quite have the same confidence in his other specialty pitches that he does the deuce, the curveball.
Belt 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts last night. And a strike to Belt. The overshift is on. Really out in shallow right field is Kipnis.
Ground ball to right side of the infield. You're going to see Angel Pregame break. There's the changeup, and if you're Brandon Belt, I mean, you have to make contact here. McAllister is pitching for the strikeout.
Oh, we have the Belt zone.
Or you could hit it in the Belt zone.
One and two. literally the whole left side of the diamond is open. Santana has to play fairly close to the bag because of Pagan. 2-2.
Tried to front door that sinker.
Got him.
And that's the strikeout he was looking for. And right now, Vanderbilt's in a funk. Just bore right through the outside corner with a tailing sinker that's running hard away from him at the knees.
So here's Buster Posey. Buster last night 0 for 3, drew a walk. And he takes a strike, and it's 0-1.
One to measure, one to rake.
Look out. Up and in. That's an off-speed pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike.
It looked like it was a slider that just sort of became a cement mixer. Didn't have a whole lot of break to it. It's the first inning. That's when guys try to figure out what's working out there, and that slider is not his friend.
He's trying to hit that outside corner. He misses. It's 2-1.
Yeah, he didn't miss by much there. If you're hitting off the right side, if he's going to that outside corner, you got to stay on it because that movement's going to come back to the strike zone. Shutdown innings, the Indians are the worst in the majors in putting a 0 on the board after they score.
Foul back, 2-2.
Buster Posey trying to get this crowd in the game. Base hit here will do that.
Two and two. And he rings him up to end the inning. After 1-0 Cleveland.
have a 1-0 lead heading into the top of the second inning, and skipper Bruce Bochy addressed Buster Posey's recent struggles at the plate before today's game. He said he actually contemplated giving him the day off, day game after night game, but Buster came to him and said, "I'd really like the at-bats." Bruce Bochy saying baseball is all about being mentally tough. Buster is one of the most mentally tough players he's ever managed. He also said, "Gentlemen, he's so impressed at just 27 years old how Buster is able to just let go of the bad games, because they are going to happen." Dwayne?
They're going to happen, well, to some guys more so than others, but they're going to happen. Here's Cabrera, 1 ball and 1 strike as Drupal Cabrera hitting .226. And there's a called strike.
You see a lot of those low ones that are a little bit lower than what you're used to seeing called strikes. But with Las Diaz, you're not going to see a lot of belt high strikes. He's got one of the lowest strike zones in the game.
Secum throws a high 91-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 1-2. On deck, Yan Gomes. Bounce to belt. 1 out.
This is a Sunday hop. Time right now for Cold Hard Facts, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. And did you know that Tim Lincecum was drafted twice before he was drafted by the Giants? First by the Cubs in 2003, and then by the Cleveland Indians in 2005. And that is your Cold Hard Facts.
So here's Yan Gomes. Pick up the paper. Yesterday, Henry Shulman did a big story on Yan Gomes about one of our teammates, Atlee Hammaker. Atlee, what's his wife's name?
Jenny.
Jenny. They had a whole flock of kids.
Well, and Jenna, one of his daughters, married Yan Gomes.
Which Henry digging deep to come up with this story, huh?
Yan Gomes out of University of Tennessee. Yan, the only guy ever to be in the big leagues out of Brazil, but grew up in Florida, went to University of Tennessee, and was part of their program there, baseball program. And as a sophomore, he met Jenna, and the rest is history. And they're both expecting their first child, which would be the first grandchild of Jenny and Atlee Hammaker.
And he's a good player.
Very good player.
See if Belt has a shot at this one over by the stands. And he will not. And it's 2-2.
Atlee Hammaker, one of the nicest guys that I ever played with. Just a true gentleman. He and his wife Jenny, just great people. So the fact that they're going to have a grandchild here soon, and really it's going to be within a week, we wish them well.
Two balls, 2 strikes. That's right at the borderline.
If you throw it right back in the same spot, you might get it. It happened to Buster Posey. He had a pitch not called a strike in his at-bat, and they came back to the same location in a 2-strike, and he called him out. Frustrating at bat for a hitter, but that's the inconsistency of Las Diaz.
Got him anyway.
First strikeout for Lincecum. It looked like it was the curveball that was the payoff pitch. All of his specialty pitches, the curveball, the slider, and the split, they have the same movement. They go down. And it has to do with the arm angle that he has. But from watching it from behind, at times it's very difficult to determine the difference between his pitches.
Here's Murphy. Last time Tim Lincecum faced David Murphy was in the 2010 World Series. And if I recall, he did a lot of that. Lincecum pitched great in that Game 5.
Oh. He and Cliff Lee, what a hookup that was.
High fastball, 1-2. That was a happy flight of all time.
That was a happy offseason.
Giants went home after the game. 2012, they spent the night. Two balls, 2 strikes. Tapped to Hicks. Hicks, sidearm throw. Belt can dig it out. An infield hit for Murphy, and that'll bring up McAllister.
It was going to be a really tough play for Hicks because of how hard he was coming across the infield. It looked like he may have had a bit of a problem getting the ball out of his glove.
Well, worst case scenario is now that Murphy reaches, Bourne will lead off the third. And McAllister with a healthy rip.
It's always another X factor about the American League pitchers. You just don't know. I mean, what kind of hitters they are. I mean, you always assume that they can hit.
Like that.
And that's an 0-2 mistake. And this just became a stress inning. It's an 0-2 count. This is right across the chest. And McAllister, who's 6'6", just very politely served it into right field the way you're supposed to do it. And that's the first big league knock.
Figured it was, and here's Bourne. So you're cruising along, you get a ground ball and a strikeout. You get an odd infield hit, the pitcher gets a hit, and now you got a guy that's a very tough out. And there's a strike, and it's 0-1.
But if you can get him out, you get him out of the way, and you don't have to worry about him leading off an inning. That is the one good that could come out of this, but you've got to get him out.
Hit on the ground to Hicks, and that will indeed end the inning. Indians strand a couple. Michael Morris is going to lead things off. Here it's 1-0 Tribe. First trip to AT&T Park on this homestand. It'll be Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. All three games are 7:15 starts. Check out the dynamic deals for all three Padre games. Tickets start as low as $8. That's right, $8. And here's what you do. You go to sfgiants.com/dynamic deal. Padres just got bad news with Chase Headley. He goes on the disabled list. So they're a little banged up. I know Andrew Kashner was pitching today, and the Nationals shut out the Padres 4-0 today. So if you do the math, does Cashner pitch in this series? Let's see. You pitch on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. No, the Giants will miss Cashner. Here's Michael Morse. Morse fouls it out of play.
Who? Time he starts to throw the bat head, you're starting to think that he's going to do something miraculous. And the way that he hits home runs, I mean, they're just spectacular.
Did a function today with Bruce Bochy.
Now it's our time for our Togo's big play the Togo's way. And last night, Michael Morse hit a home run off Carrasco, the pitcher for Cleveland, that it just stayed hit out in the right center field bleachers. We don't see right-handers do that very often. He really had this place buzzing, and that was our Togo's big play the Togo's way.
So it's 1-2. So Junior Giants had some of their commissioners and coaches here at the ballpark, and Bruce Bochy spoke to them about an hour and a half before the game. A strike 3 call. And I asked the questions, and I asked him if I asked this question a lot to him. And I said, "Do you have any favorite players?" And he said, "Yep, Michael Morse. Hit a home run last night. He hit 2 on Wednesday." He said, "So right now he's my favorite player."
Well, that's kind of how managers are.
Here's Pablo Sandoval. Sandoval hitting 171, a couple of home runs, 6 driven in. Brandon Crawford to follow. Sandoval hits a high fly ball to left. It'll be Brantley putting it away for out number 2. And here's Crawford.
Yep. Zach McAllister, his first time through the heart of the Giants lineup, pretty impressive. Struck out Belt, Posey, Morse, and got a lazy fly ball off the bat of Sandoval.
You know, Belt's the biggest out because it was Pagano at third with 1 out. Crawford hitting 262. Crawford in the game last night had an RBI single. He was 1 for 3. Here he takes low and in to even the count. Salazar against Vogelsong tomorrow. I think this game was being played in Scottsdale. The 1-1 pitch. High and foul down the left field line and out of play. Nice catch. As my partner likes to say, you bring your glove and the ball will find you.
Not even close. There are more gloves in this ballpark than any other ballpark in the country. It's not even close.
And that is strike 3 call. Good start for Mr. McAllister. 1-0 Cleveland.
Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by Big O Tires. Tires, service, straight talk. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Indians out in front 1-0. Here's Nick Swisher. And Swisher's going to look at a strike. He hit a fly ball to Morse in the first inning. Indians scored in the first. A double by Bourne, a single by Kipnis. And Swisher goes the other way, and it's foul. It's 0-2.
This gamer babe is celebrating 60 years with the Giants. Nice going, girl. And that smile she had on was genuine.
It was a real one. And that's lined down the left field line, a base hit. So Swisher with a leadoff double. Is that another high fastball?
Yeah, another 2-strike mistake. 0-2 mistake. Bear in mind, the Warriors are taking on the Clippers. Playoff game number 5, Tuesday, 7:30. Pregame live at 7 p.m. You'll see it right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. The Giants taking on the Padres. Will be on CSN Plus on Tuesday night with the Giants pregame live at 6:30. So go to csnbayarea.com for channel locations for CSN Plus.
So here's Kipnis. Kipnis hit a line drive to right field in the first inning. And he takes down low. Ball squirts away from Buster Posey. And that's 90 feet.
Just
kind of handcuffed him.
It did. That's got to be a pass ball. And for a catcher, I mean, that's a bad mistake. You now set up a run at third, less than 2 outs.
So it's 2-0 to Kipnis.
Lincecum is not an easy guy to catch. He set that target on the outside corner and cut across the plate in. But even having said that, I mean, you ask Buster Posey, and he'll tell you that's a play that he's got to make.
And Hicks is going to knock it down, recover, throw to Belt, and the ball caught Belt.
I don't know how he caught it, and I think you're right. It may have just found the glove. Once it got past Bell, I didn't think Lincecum was going to be able to get over to first base. I thought it was going to be an infield single. But Bell does a nice job of regrouping and getting back to the bag. And I don't think he really had his feet to the bag. He's kind of, as you see him standing with his foot in the middle of the bag, you don't ever see a first baseman do that. But they do get the big out. A nice play, knocking it down, bare hand, stay with it from the knee. Didn't have a whole lot of time.
Big swing and a miss by Santana, who popped out to Crawford in the first inning. 2-0 Indians here in the third. Healthy cut, and it's out of play, and it's now 1-2. Down the right field line, hit well, and it is foul. Nice catch.
Never spill the drop. And that's our Coors hard facts. Just a little reach across your body. He may have saved the guard down there. One more look at the talent we have in the stands. Like I say, more gloves in this ballpark than any place.
in the dirt. One out, one in. 2-2 pitch coming up to Carlos Santana. Got him.
Changeup and a rare high call, strike three. Second strikeout for Lincecum. Don't see many pitches up. Call a strike from Laz Diaz.
I don't know about that one.
Thank you very much.
Here's Brantley. Brantley bounced out to Belt. And a high fastball to make it 2-0.
I mean, that was lower than the pitch that was called a strike three, and those are some of the inconsistencies that drive you crazy about a strike zone. And it frustrates both the pitcher and the hitter.
And a strike. So Lincecum comes back with another strike.
He's got a good rhythm. That nice little split right there. Working quick.
Very high, 3-2. And the payoff to Brantley is a shot on the ground, and Hicks stays with it, and that'll end the inning. A run on one hit. Hicks will lead things off 2-0 Indians. This is the Giants' first annual sports antique show. Now, you need a special event ticket to be involved in this. Part of the package, you get a limited edition bobblehead of Chumley from History Channel's Pawn Stars. Reminder, you do need a special ticket. Call 415-972-2298, and that's Tuesday, April 29th. Here's Hicks. Hicks on the first pitch. Skies it out into center field. 1 out. Chumley.
Have you ever watched that show?
Chumley. No.
Hysterical. Very interesting. And Chumley's the guy. He's got a bobblehead now.
Well, I do know this. He always wears Giants hats. Thanks, guys on the truck.
Well, he does.
Here's Lincecum. 0 for 3 this year, and he takes a strike.
You got this pawn shop in Vegas. You watch this thing and you say, I want to get that, I want to get that about 20 times.
I have watched bits and pieces of it.
But the grandpa's the guy.
Giants traveled an engineer on KNBR for a while. Raul Velez, remember Raul?
Raul the Tool.
He visited a pawn shop in every city. Swing and a miss, and Lincecum's gone.
That's 5 strikeouts the first time through the lineup for McAllister.
Time to lock on to CSNBayArea.com and decide player of the game. Your vote counts. Winner will be revealed following Giants postgame live. Giants in-game live on CSNBayArea.com. Check out Bloomberg stats and more. Log on now and vote. Yeah, get that hat on. Pagan doubled in the first inning, only base runner for the Giants. McAllister has settled into a very nice rhythm. He's got 4 strikeouts.
Yeah, you're right. He's retired 8 in a row. Giants really paid the price of their education trying to learn his fastball. You're going to see a lot of them. Inside, outside, or outside, inside. 2 fastballs in a row and a quick 0-2 to Angel Pagan.
See where Gomes sets up. They're going to go right down the middle of the plate. And this is hit well to right field. And the wind is going to knock it down as Murphy puts it away to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down inning for McAllister. 4th inning coming up.
Last night's Giants giveaway was the Dwayne Kuiper home run bobblehead. I'm a little partial to that, but this is a great second. This is a replica ring given away today to all the fans by the Giants to commemorate the 60th anniversary of the 1954 World Series, won, of course, by the New York Giants, where they swept Cleveland in 4. It's probably best known for the catch made by our own Say Hey Kid, Willie Mays. Everyone's sporting a little gold bling today. Pretty cool, but not as cool as your bobblehead, Dwayne, just in my opinion.
Well, you're a little biased, and I appreciate that. But that's a pretty cool ring.
That's way cool. Yep, there's the box.
Drupal Cabrera striking out.
That's a 3-pitch seer right there. The kids are pretty pumped up about the rings they got today. I mean, it really is a fantastic giveaway. Celebrating 1954. And until the Giants won in 2010, that had been the last time the Giants had won a world championship.
Here's Yan Gomes. Now that is the actual 54 ring. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. You can see the rings then not quite as large. As the years tacked on, the rings got a little bigger and bigger. But that's a beautiful ring. Down the right field line, Hunter Pence will play this on a bounce. So Lincecum yet to have a clean inning as Gomes with a base hit. Here's Murphy, who hit one off the front of the plate for an infield hit. Omar's here with his Indians jersey on. Omar's best years were in Cleveland. We did enjoy him here for 3 years.
He was a gift.
Murphy with a swing and a miss.
It's that over top 12-6 curveball that's really giving Murphy fits. And Lincecum knows it. The beauty about that curveball is that he'll get a ground ball with it too.
Comes back with a fastball at 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitcher, McAllister, is on deck. And it's 1 and 2 out. Right now, if you're a hitter, you swing the bat with Las Diaz.
Yeah, it's an inconsistent zone. And you're right. With a zone like that, you have to be aggressive. More aggressive than you normally would in the strike zone.
The Indians have struck out 3 times, once looking. The Giants have struck out 5 times, 3 looking. And that pitch is high, so now it goes to 3 and 2.
Okay, the wind is absolutely whipping right now. This is as much wind as you'll see around 2 o'clock all year long, and it's going right out to right field. Look over the bay and see the Whitecaps. It is howling.
Murphy stays alive.
Which means any ball hit in the air right now is not going to be much fun. And all of a sudden, whoop, winds change just like that. Welcome to AT&T.
Rolled past Sandy Alomar. It's 3 and 2.
That's a lot of wind right there.
You know, if you look at the flags on the top of the stadium, is where they're really whipping. This is a base hit into center field. Stopping at second is Gomes. McAllister got his first big league hit in the 2nd inning.
It was an 0-2 count, high fastball out of the strike zone, and He just poked it in the right field. As easy as that, not a problem. You saw Sandy Alomar immediately saying, "Yeah, we need that ball." It's a first timer. Bunt situation now here with one out for McAllister.
And there's the bunt, and Belt's going to go to third, and they get him there. And the throw to first, and they get him there. Could not have been played any better than that double play started by Brandon Belt.
Is presented by authority of the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
The Indians with a 2-0 lead. Big difference in hits.
Well, a nice double play. This is why you're supposed to put this ball down the third baseline. By going to the first baseline, you get an aggressive first baseman and one like Bell who throws well. A strike to Sandoval, and then Sandoval unloads a shot over to Brandon Hicks, and they complete the pair, and it goes 3, 5, 4. Grab some pine meat. And Tim Lincecum digging it.
Here in the fourth, Hunter Pence will bat first. McAllister is retired 9 straight. Pence hammers one center field, and it's right at Bourne.
That was a bullet. Well, Tuesday, April 29th is Chinese Heritage Night presented by Grayton Resort and Casino. Your special event package will include a game ticket to the Giants take on the Padres and Collector's Edition Giants Year of the Horse figurine. Reminder, to receive the Year of the Horse giveaway, you need to purchase the special event ticket. Go to sfgiants.com/special events.
Here's Belt. Belt struck out in the first inning. And here he takes a called strike.
One thing he has not been able to do in his young career is figure out how to hit in day games. They've been problematic for him. Hit 194 this year.
Belt skies one out into Triple's alley. And who's going to get there? It's going to be Bourne who tracks it down.
That was not an easy play. He hit that ball pretty good, but the wind started to play havoc with it. Just split right between Bourne and Murphy. And Michael Bourne, who's got tremendous range and speed, has to use every bit of it to catch up to this one. Nice play.
So here's Buster Posey. Buster took a call third in the first inning. And he takes low.
They're jamming.
Floating around out in the cove.
It's tough to go electric when you get out on a boat. That guy's got it going. That last pitch, that 1-0 pitch on the outside corner, same pitch they called strike 3 on Posey. Look out. Again, McAllister goes with that breaking ball, and again, he misses up and in. He had a similar situation in Posey's last at bat.
Buster Posey lines it to right, and it's right at Murphy. So 3 balls hit hard here in the 4th. And we will head to the 5th.
On Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by the Solar Company. Not just any solar company, the Solar Company. Switch to solar and save.
2-0 Cleveland. Michael Bourne to lead things off against Lincecum, and Bourne bluffs a bunt. Bourne is 1 for 2. Swisher to follow. Sandoval way in at third. Belt relaxes a little bit at first. And that's down low. Driven to left. And Morris is going to grab it on a hop.
Well, the 2014 All-Star Teacher, brought to you by Provident Credit Union, is alive and well, and you can vote at csnbayarea.com. It's in its 8th season. Comcast Sportsnet All-Star Teacher program recognizes Bay Area teachers that make a difference. The winning school and the winning teacher actually will receive $20,000 for his or her school.
Waiting for Bourne to put on a protective device. That's the 3rd time in 5 innings that the leadoff hitter has reached.
You got a base stealer now. And Lincecum, who is getting better, getting quicker out of the stretch, has his hands full to try and keep him close. That throw over called by Bochy.
High to Swisher. Bourne's got 2 steals on the year.
Almost looks like Swisher goes up there and just says, I'm taking a pitch. I'm not swinging until I have take a pitch or take a strike. Not afraid to hit with 2 strikes, and then his at bats usually go 5 or 6 pitches.
You can kind of like take that pitch that looked like a pretty good pitch to hit.
Yeah, you know, that does drive some hitting coaches crazy because you work a count in your favor, and a 1-0 count's a great hitting count. Look for a pitch, look for a location. The way that he took that, I didn't think he had any intention of swinging whatsoever.
Driven to right. Pence is back. It's over his head, and it's off of archway number 4. Bourne is going to be waved in. He's going to score, and it's 3-0.
Lincecum comes right back with a 1-1 fastball. Swisher, who's made a pretty good career out of his approach at the plate, jumps on it. And this got over the head of Hunter Pence very quickly. An easy score for Michael Bourne. And he just low flying.
So here's Kipnis. Swisher now with 2 doubles in the game. And he gets the call on the inside corner. On deck is Carlos Santana. Lincecum with no walks and 3 strikeouts.
You watch Kipnis, I mean, he has a lot of big Swisher in him. I mean, he's not in any hurry to have his at bat done either.
So Belt will make the play, and on the play, Swisher to third.
So a productive out. And that immediately puts Lincecum in the strikeout mode.
So here's Santana. Santana is popped out and he's struck out. Lincecum would take either one of those outs in this spot. And Buster Posey knocks this one down, and it's 1 ball and no strikes.
Nice block. Of all the pitchers of the Giants staff, this is the toughest guy to catch when there's a runner at third base. Lincecum will throw a lot of balls out there in front of home plate. He'll bounce all of his specialty pitches. Probably Jeremy Affield would fall into second place as to the most difficult pitcher to catch with a runner at third base because of a similar situation. He'll bounce a lot of balls.
High curveball. It's 2-0. To see it can be tough.
Yeah, you're right.
Scott Carell's worst.
Scott Carell, who used to throw 95 and above, and he had a split that would go 90 miles an hour.
I wouldn't warm him up. 3-0. Infield is in the overshift. Looks a little odd when the infield overshifts and they're playing in. And Belt's got it. He'll knock it down. And Lincecum catches a break, 2 outs.
Boy, does he ever.
Shoot a ball that hard with the infield in, it's got a really good chance of going through.
There wasn't a whole lot that Swisher could do. The ball was hit so sharply. I mean, that's just a one-hop bolt. If Swisher breaks for home, he's out by 40 feet. So a knockdown in a wrestling match won by Brandon Belt. An unproductive out.
Brantley has bounced out twice. And he rolls this one foul. And that pitch is up and in. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Next pitch for Lincecum will be number 90. Ooh. Close.
A lot of umpires here today.
Well, I think a lot of umpires have a pretty good point. They sit up in the outside corner, and it was inside just a little bit from the side. If you're sitting in the stadium from the side, that looks like it's right down Broadway, because Buster Posey didn't move his glove a whole lot.
So it's 3-1 with Nick Swisher at third. The sun goes down, it can be a little bit nippy out here at the yard. And that's ball 4. First walk issued by Lincecum.
Well, he's got a few bases to play with, but right now I think the pitch count's going to determine the visit here from Dave Righetti, just to give him a little bit of a breather. And with that, they're going to get some activity down in the Giants bullpen now as Mark Gardner heads down. Juan Gutierrez.
As Drupal Cabrera will be the hitter.
See the walks per 9 inning. In 2012, he was averaging 4.35. Last year, he cut off about a walk per inning, and this year he's been under 2. And if you're under 2 in 9 innings, that's good. 2 walks per 9 is, and there's not a pitching coach in the game that wouldn't take that, and he's under it.
In on his hands, and he fouls it back. Giants trying to keep it within reach. It's 0-1 to Cabrera. And that pitch is high, so it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Go Tribe.
Got rib.
Got Tribe.
Down low, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Were you amazed at the passion of the Indians fans when you got to the big leagues with Cleveland?
You know, they had a good hardcore group. The stadium was so big. They got 15 or 20,000. They could make a lot of noise in that place. But remember, the Indians' goal was to draw 1 million people. And the Giants draw that by what? June?
Yep.
Kevin Ronberg. It's 3-1 to Asdrubal Cabrera. And that's fouled above us. And it's 3-2. She catch that?
I think so.
He ended up with that.
I never bet against a game of Babe. I'm betting she caught it. One-handed, never dropped her phone. That's what I'm going with.
3 balls, 2 strikes. On the move will be the runner at first, and that's Michael Brantley. Giants fans are trying to encourage Tim Lincecum as Cabrera steps out.
Let's take a look and see the effort. There it is.
She had a better chance of catching that than Rick Rafus. And that's ball 4. Well, Lincecum didn't have to pitch or throw a good pitch to Cabrera. Here's the right-handed hitting Gomes. And the afternoon's over for Tim Lincecum. 98 pitches will be his total. Skipper's coming out. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts. Lincecum out, Gutierrez in.
Time now for our AT&T U-verse rewind. We go back to last night and we watched Tim Hudson take the field, trying to get this Giants team off to a good start in this homestand, and he did that and more. For Hudson, he goes 7 strong, gives up 4 hits, 1 run, a couple of walks, and 5 strikeouts. And he was outstanding. And that's our AT&T U-verse rewind. New pitcher now for Bruce Bochy is going to be Juan Gutierrez. And we take a look at the numbers for Gutierrez. 10th time that he has come into a game. 0-1 with a 3.27 ERA. But he's been a strike thrower. He's allowed 10 base runners in 11 innings. And he has 11 strikeouts against 1 walk. You're going to see a mid-90s fastball. Big curveball. He's got a slider and a changeup to go with it. And right now he needs to get in the attack mode.
And he needs to do it to Yan Gomes. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Right out of bed, 94.
Well, you have to do that. I mean, you cannot nibble with the bases loaded coming out of the pen. He has faced Gomes 3 times. Gomes 1 for 3. Gomes had a single off of him. So they know each other.
The thing about hitters is hitters remember just about every guy they face, but they really remember about the guys that throw hard. So you're right, Gomes knows all about Mr. Gutierrez. A ball and a strike with the bases loaded and a run in. Now it's 2-1.
Now you get a quick strike. It allows you to go to the corner a couple times. Now you get to a 2-1 count. That means, boom, you got to get back in that strike zone.
Yep. Gomes waiting. Out of play, 2-2.
And there's the attack. Now, in a 2-2 count, in your mind, you're thinking, okay, well, now I can go back to a corner. You have a bit of advantage, but keep in mind, though, if you have a problem with a 3-2 count, then you've got to be a little more brave on the 2-2 pitch. But if you have good command, like Gutierrez has shown, you can nibble here a bit. You can throw your pitch, your location.
2-2.
Those are the rules of engagement.
Got him. Belt high fastball. Giants are still in it. On the location of Morris's home run last night. I guess why he's got the nickname the Beast. He's got unbelievable power. There's not a ballpark that can hold him, including this one. And Morris will lead things off. Morris struck out looking. And is only at bat, and there's a big swing and a miss. On deck is Sandoval. And that's looked like a pretty good pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sandoval and then Crawford. Ooh, look out, as that smoke right back up the middle. Now that's 4 straight balls the Giants have hit hard. So we'll see if that means anything.
Well, this is not a hanger either. I mean, he goes beats a pretty good pitch. Right back up the middle. This is knee high in the outside corner, but Giants have been looking for that swing of the bat that ignites, and this may be it. As Kite pointed out, the last 3 guys prior to Morse's contact, Posey, Belt, and Pence, all hit bullets. So this time through the lineup, the Giants are definitely making some adjustments here against McAllister.
Here's Sandoval. And Sandoval swings and pops this one up. It's Santana who puts it away. So Sandoval on 1 pitch is out on the pop-up, and that'll bring up Crawford. So Crawford, who struck out looking, stands in. Giants need to get the line moving. McAllister with 5 strikeouts. He hasn't issued a walk. And this is pulled foul. May have gotten our camera guy down at the end of the dugout. Jeff Humphreys dodging and weaving and right now not happy. Just a bit high to Crawford. Crawford takes a strike at the knee.
That fastball is causing him fits. You think back to the second inning when he had his first at bat against McAllister. He took a strike 3. Similar location, similar movement on the fastball. As you see Gene Machi starting to get heated up.
Crawford had a good swing and a foul straight back.
You see what McAllister was thinking. He's thinking, well, I threw one by him. He took his last at bat here. He took that strike. I'm coming at him again.
Absolutely. One and 2 to Brandon Crawford.
So he moves his feet. That bother you as a player when somebody did that?
Well, I didn't mind having my feet moved. I didn't like having my head moved.
Going right back inside again.
Crawford fouls it out of play.
Had it in his hands for just a second. Yep, I don't blame you. I'd say that too. All right, let's take a look. Yeah, I got it. Oh, he'll be thinking about that in the ride home. That hurt.
2-2 pitch coming up to Crawford. And Crawford stays alive. He's at least giving some people an opportunity.
That was a great pitch right there, and that was a really nice job of fighting off. Good location. All right. Good fan. Found a youngster behind him. You bet. Take some more bows. You earned them. Not a bad.
Crawford, base hit right field. And lumbering to third is Morris, first and third with 1 out.
That was a great at bat. And he had to fight off some nastiness to get to it. And this is a breaking ball. I haven't seen many of them be very effective for McAllister. And laid it out there. Bit of a hanger, and Brandon Crawford in protect mode jumps all over it. So the Giants get a first and third here, and they got something brewing.
Hicks hit a fly ball to center field. He hit it well in the third.
And that's really how he has to think right now. I mean, he has to think situation. I need to get a ball in the air deep enough to score. Morse at third. I mean, you got to get at least a medium depth fly ball because Morse does not run that well.
1 ball and no strikes.
You got average arms on the corners and really not a very good arm at all in center field with Michael Bourne. All that in the database between the ears of Tim Flannery, the Giants' third base coach.
It's a pretty good fastball hitter. Just missed that one. 1 ball and 1 strike.
I think McAllister's fastball's got a little sneak to it. You see a good fastball hitter like Brandon Hicks in a 1-0 count, looking fastball, getting it right down the middle of the plate, swinging through it, and you know it's got second stage hop. And it wraps it around the outside corner. Good pitch. Hicks did not think it was a strike.
Well, now you got to protect.
Big hole on the right side for Hicks. After you took the second strike, you got to have some guts to take that one with Laz Diaz. Plate umpire is a little inconsistent and not someone you can trust in a 2-strike count. And again, McAllister goes out there. Now he's had that pitch called a strike today. Sit up in the outside corner, wraps it around. Yan Gomes trying to sneak it back in.
See if Crawford goes. We'll let you know. It's 3-2. He does not. Out of play down the right field line.
Again, they pound the outside corner to Denise, and that's a nice job of expanding your zone the way you should in a 2-strike count. This is the first 3-ball count of the day for McAllister. And look at the pitch he puts on it. And that was nasty. 94-mile-an-hour sink, very heavy down there around the knee-high height.
Three and 2. And they're loaded.
That was a great at bat.
That was pretty good at bat. Absolutely. He took 3 pitches that I might not have taken.
So Mickey Callaway, the pitching coach for the Indians, going to come out, and this is really just to give McAllister a little breather, talk about how they're going to go after Gregor Blanco. Just 61 pitches into the day, so pitch count really not an issue. McAllister has had a lot of quick outs.
Your runners are Morse at third, Crawford at second, Hicks is at first, and Blanco is the hitter. So here's Gregor Blanco with Pagan on deck and the bullpen empty for the Indians. On the ground, a base hit. Crawford will be held. Morris scores, and it's 3-1. Nice job, Gregor Blanco.
Indeed. I mean, he's absolutely owed a couple of those to find a hole through the infield. He's been hitting in hard luck for about 3 weeks. And he wasn't waiting around up there looking for a fastball, and you can do that with McAllister. He's predictable. He has a lot of confidence in that pitch. Finds a hole, and the Giants are on the board.
So here's Pagan. Pagan now hit with the bases loaded. He's 1 for 2. He doubled in the first.
Still no activity in the Cleveland Indians bullpen. First time through the lineup, 1 for 9, 5 Ks. Next time through, 3 for 8, but every ball's been hit hard, except for the pop-up from Sandoval.
And Pagan a little anxious. No balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, good changeup. And that may have been one of the messages for Mickey Callaway. Hey, you're starting to lean on your fastball, mix in that changeup, and that was a very effective off-speed pitch.
So Pagan jumps back away from 93. It's a ball and a strike. Now the Indians start to get some activity down in their bullpen.
So Josh Outman, the lefty, and C.C. Lee, the right-hander.
Not close. It's 2-1.
Easy take there.
Lee, the righty, Outman, the lefty.
McAllister now staring in. Thinking, hey, that's been called a strike before today. Where's it now?
Well, he's unhappy as well.
Terry Francona seeing the same thing. So nothing too tricky about a 3-1 fastball challenge.
Woo. Right at him.
Straight away in the outfield. Straight away in the infield.
Line drive at Bourne. Bourne will make the catch. All tagging with the exception of Blanco. And it's a 3-2 game and a nice at bat by Pagan.
That's great at bat, especially with 2 strikes. Worked the count full. They did exactly what the situation called for. Got a ball in the outfield, deep enough to score the run. And you can see the handshakes he's getting back in the Giants dugout. He earned them. McAllister had the challenge, comes right at the belt. And Pagan in a good 2-strike mode, not a whole lot of swing, just get it up and get it out deep enough to score Crawford, and indeed he does.
Pence is 0 for 2. He lined out to center field in the 4th. Blanco goes, swing and a miss. Blanco will steal it without a throw. And for Gregor Blanco, it's his first steal of the year. And now the Giants have 2 runners in scoring position. One ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, you know, that looks like an innocent thing, stealing a base like that. But it really does a lot. I mean, if there's an awkward play for a middle infielder where the only play they would have gotten would have been a force at second, that's gone now. And the only force they're going to get is a first. Plus, you have no runner in score position. That's a big stolen bag.
Pence off of the catcher, Gomes, and it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Pence on the ground into right field, a base hit. Hit scores. Here comes Blanco. He's going to score, and the Giants take the lead. It got under the glove of Kipnis. And the Giants have scored 4 times here in the 5th.
All right, now one thing you say to yourself, too, as an infielder, is you can't let that ball get into the outfield. And look at the location. They set up away. It comes right at the belt, out over the middle of the plate. And here's where they catch a break. He doesn't dive. He allows it to get into the outfield. And that's a 2-run, well, at least a 1-run mistake. And how important was that stolen base? And that's how you take advantage of it.
Here's Belt. Belt is 0 for 2.
And the reaction from the Giants bench.
Hey, now it's like nothing to it. In San Diego, they'd have been doing cartwheels over a base hit like that.
They're used to runs now.
You might see Pence take off here. He's got 4 steals.
And McAllister's slow out of the stretch, too. And right now, Belt's gonna have a problem making any kind of contact.
So it's 0-1 to Brandon Belt.
Belt can do that, Tommy. He can swing through 3 or 4, and all of a sudden, boom.
He can look bad and then just save the day with a good swing. Oh, and this is thrown away. Pence got a late break, but he's still going to make it.
Going to be an error on McAllister. And there really was nothing that Swisher could do. Said turn around and get after it. So another free 90 feet. And Pence is in scoring position.
So it's 0-1 to Belt. Oh, and 2 to Belt. So Pence in scoring position. The overshift is on for Belt. And Belt out again. Giants score 4 times on 4 singles. It's 4-3 San Francisco.
Sharks' quest for the Stanley Cup continues. All games of the Sharks-Kings series will be on Comcast Sports in California. And that's right, Sharks taking on the Kings tonight. Stanley Cup playoffs, round 1, game 5. Tonight, 7 p.m. and you'll see it on Comcast Sports in California. And for all of us in the Giants organization, we wish the Sharkies well. They are having a great start to the Stanley Cup this year.
And it's time for a change thing. Speedy oil change and auto service. Your oil change tune-up and smart experts.
12th time that we have seen Gene Machi come into a game for Bruce Bochy. He's 4-0 with a 1.00 ERA. See a low to mid-90 fastball, a little slider, and a big forkball. And the ability to strike you out.
Here's Murphy. Murphy's last at bat against Lincecum, he picked up a base hit, had an infield hit in the second. Belt's got it, 1 out. All right, let's check in with Amy G. Amy?
All right, Dwayne, you and Mike recapped Tim Hudson's strong outing last night. And today I had a chance to talk to a couple of his former Oakland A's teammates, Nick Swisher, Jason Giambi, now with the Cleveland Indians. Nick was a rookie when he played with Hudson one season, and he said he could pitch. He also said that he was one of his favorites. For Jason Giambi, he said, my favorite of all time, Tim Hudson, was who you always wanted to have on the mound. And he said in spring training, he remembers seeing Tim Hudson's first outing and running back excited to Billy Beane saying, where did you get this guy, Dwayne?
Well, right now, Machi has got it going. He's got the line drive to first going.
Nothing better than out of balls. I mean, 2 bullets coming off the bat of Indians hitters. And we're talking about 2 quick outs. So Lonnie Chisenhall retired quickly on 1 pitch. And that's just a big league hang with him.
And Machi's thrown 3 pitches. He's given up 2 line drives to Belt, and here's Michael Bourne. By the way, everything that Amy said, I believe it all with Tim Hudson and his early years with the A's and with Giambi and Swisher.
He had a lot of guys come out of that clubhouse that were great guys. And Giambi, one of those guys, and Nick Swisher, another one of those great teammates.
The pitch is high.
It's great to hear Barry Zito talk about those days when all those guys were together. They had a very special clubhouse. They're all still very close.
Angel Pagan in center field. And that'll end the inning. 2 line drives and a fly ball, and the Giants are coming up. And it'll be Buster Posey to lead things off.
is brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers, offering business and personal insurance, employee benefits, and financial services. Visit us at hefins.com and by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
Here at AT&T Park, the Giants with a 4-3 lead. They were trailing for a long time, 3-0. New pitcher for the Indians when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
So once again, we are going to take a look at Chin-Chang Lee, the sidearm and right-hander who's got a real good sinker-slider combination, and he's a workhorse. He's having a good start. This is the 7th game that he's been in for Terry Francona. No record yet, 2.84 ERA, but 5 strikeouts since 6 1/3. For a guy who's a sinker-slider guy, it tells you how good his slider is.
And the first hitter that he'll face is Buster Posey. Buster struck out and he's lined out to right. I saw Lee last night, and he pitched a perfect inning through 15 pitches with 2 strikeouts. One ball and 1 strike. Michael Morris on deck. We talked about this on the road trip when the Giants are having a hard time scoring runs. If you're going to get 5 hits, string a bunch of them together, and that's exactly what they did in the 5th. They strung 4 hits or mix and match in that 5th inning. Outside to Posey, 3-1.
Well, they were hitting into some pretty tough luck for about 9-10 days. And baseball has a way of evening itself out. And right, this game right here, they've had some balls find some holes. And the momentum of this game kind of changed in the bottom of the 5th when they had those hits start to drop. And then in the top of the 6th, all the balls that Cleveland hit, they got nothing for it.
Three and 2. And Posey digs that one out and rolls it past Morris.
That was a good pitch, and that was a good fight him off right there. That was 92 with some fuzz working its way off the inside corner towards the back leg of Posey, and he did well to fight that one off. Hey, both the fastballs that the Giants have seen today between McAllister and Lee, they are anything but straight. Anything but straight.
Posey down the right field line and out of play.
And Lee from the side could give you a velocity that can go low to mid 90s. That last one at 93.
Posey, he hits it high, he hits it deep, it is out of here. And it's now 5-3.
And what do you do with a hanging slider? You hit your 5th home run of the year, that's what you do. He didn't want to walk it. So he goes with a slider on a 3-2 pitch. And look at this thing. Lay out and just get creamed. And from the splash can that always makes it look a bit more majestic, that's a big one.
Yeah, he hit that a long way. So here's Morris. And Morris takes high. He opened up the 5th with a base hit, and that's what got things going for the Giants.
Halfway up the bleachers. And Warrior fan brought his glove.
Hey, that's an omen.
Yeah, I'm saying that's an omen.
They will smoke the Clippers tomorrow. I have a feeling that guy hasn't taken that shirt off for 3 days. Foul back. It's 1-2.
I don't blame him. I wouldn't either. The only time I'd take it off if I was watching the Giants or the Sharks.
1 ball and 2 strikes. A little flare down the right field line, and it bounces in the bullpen. One ball and 2 strikes. So, Morris not quite sure about that.
Well, fans, follow every Giants game with MLB.com at bat on your favorite mobile phone or tablet. You can give us look-ins, instant replay, scores, stats, audio, free MLB TV game of the day, and much, much more. Download on the App Store or visit sfgiants.com today.
Terry Francona comes out. He gets Josh Outman to come in. It's 5-3 Giants, and we'll be back. Six on the Buster Posey home run, and here's the new pitcher for Terry Francona.
Josh Outman, the new pitcher for Francona. You take a look at the numbers. He's been a workhorse. 11th time that he has come in. Saw him in last night's game. He's got a good fastball that'll go low 90s. They'll give you a curveball, slider, and changeup. Having been a former starter, he's got the 4 pitches that you would associate with a starter.
So here's Sandoval, who's 0 for 2. And a big breaking ball for a called strike. Sandoval fouls it straight back. Crawford to follow. Giants with 5 runs on 6 hits. A quick 0-2 to Pablo Sandoval. Clearly, Terry Francona wanted to have Sandoval hit from the right side. Outman with the high stirrups, the high pant legs. Look out. Pushes Sandoval back. It's 1-2.
A cutter.
That'll light your fire.
Instead of the outside corner, this kind of cuts right around the shoulder. Outman, 29 years old, in his 5th year at the big league level. First got to the big leagues with Oakland in 2008. And left their organization in 2012 and was in the big leagues with the Rockies. Always been a swing man.
And the ball hooks this one. Foul to hit off the bullpen mound down the left field line.
Rockies traded the Indians, or the Indians traded Drew Stubbs to the Rockies to get Outman in Cleveland. He's a guy who can do a lot of things for you.
And Sandoval out swinging. Sandoval 0 for 3, and here's Crawford. Crawford singled in the 5th inning. He was one of the Giants that picked up 4 singles in that 5th. And the pitch is a strike to Crawford. Buster Posey led this inning off against Chin Chang Lee with a long home run to left. As Jeremy Affeldt starts to work his way down to the bullpen, to the back foot of Crawford. 1 ball and 1 strike. Dodgers, they will host the Rockies tonight. Rockies beat them in extra innings last night, and they played through some rain in that game. See, the Nationals have already shut out the Padres. And the D-backs and Phillies will play tonight in Arizona. Arizona's starting to bounce back a little bit. They've won 3 straight.
Yeah, they were looking for some wins.
They have, however, lost Mark Trumbo for a while.
DL with a foot injury.
Crawford strikes out swinging. That'll end the inning. Giants on the board on the Posey home run. It's number 5 for him on the season. He's got 11 RBIs. And when they go like this, it's bye-bye, baby. By 3, Giants. By your local Toyota dealer. Lincecum started. He left after 98 pitches. McAllister was good up until the 5th. He gave up 4 runs in the 5th. Swisher's got a couple of doubles, and Hunter Pence has got the big hit in the game where he knocked in the tying run and the lead run. Machi goes out to work his 2nd inning.
Juan Perez now in for defensive reasons. He's in left field. Michael Morse out of the game.
Swisher 2 for 3. Morris will watch this one. And a strike.
Good forkball. And once again, Swisher spitting on that first pitch. He does as good as anybody in the game at controlling the rhythm of his at bat.
And that's a little off the plate. Kipnis and then Santana, the 3 scheduled hitters here in the 7th. And another strike, and it's 1-2.
3 pitches, 3 splits. Now Swisher's going to take a walk. I mean, this is big time movement. It just freezes Swisher. I don't think he was in the take mode in that 1-1 count.
And a half swing, and he stays alive.
You see Jeremy Affeldt get greased.
So are these guys.
The Boiler Brothers.
Huh. Got him.
And he stayed with 1 pitch. And Swisher's heading back to the Indians dugout, a little perplexed. I mean, this is just nasty. Well, the Padres are going to be coming to AT&T Park this Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. All 3 games at 7:15 start. You can check out the dynamic deals for all 3 Padre games. Tickets start as low as $8. That's right, 8 bungeros. And you can go to sfgiants.com/dynamic deal to get in on it.
Here's Kipnis. How much?
8 bungeros. Right, our gamer babes put on a show today. Nice going. Commando did not chip a nail.
That's a hit.
As good as the Adam ball was for him last inning, that forkball's nasty right now.
On the ground, Hicks with the grass cutter, 2 outs. And here's Carlos Santana, who's 0 for 3. Overshift is on for Santana. You see the right-hander, Cody, make that Brian Shaw getting ready.
A Livermore native heading down to the bullpen. Marcus Patillo, the third base umpire, saying no swing.
Giants 5, Indians 3. And Santana hammers this one foul. And that'll end up in the water.
That's a healthy strike.
Just waited a little longer.
That got in that pond in a hurry. Willie McCovey style.
And the 2-1 pitch is rolled foul. It's 2-2.
Making friends. Get a cocoa rub.
Two balls, 2 strikes. And it's in the dirt. 3-2. Affeldt still getting loose in the bullpen. The Giants in the 7th inning will have Hicks and then the pitcher spot followed by Pagan. And that's probably going to bring in Affeldt.
Yeah, that's a mistake with a 2-run lead. And you're right. It's going to get him out of the game.
Affeldt is coming in. He came in the game yesterday and pitched an inning. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts. We'll be back. On this date in Giants history in 1989, this is what happened, our McDonald's true story.
And that's sliced to left field, and it's another chance for Mitchell, and he makes a barehanded catch.
In my entire life, I've never seen that happen.
Well, look at that. I have a feeling you're not alone.
You got to be kidding me.
And the thing about it is he made it kind of like there's nothing to it.
And the best part about it is when he got back to the dugout, never broke a smile. We were all. amazed, stunned, in awe, as you see the numbers for Affeld, 5th time he's come in.
And here's Brantley, lefty against lefty.
Affeld with a fastball that has good sink to it. He'll throw a lot of balls on the ground. Big curveball and a forkball. Joaquin Arias in at third base on the switch.
Well, Brantley in the driver's seat. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Belt to Crawford. Side retired. So Brandon to Brandon, and the bottom of the 7th is coming up. All good stuff. Here it's 5-3 Giants. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts.
Ryan Shaw, the new pitcher for the Indians, is 12th time that he's come in. He's having a good start, 1-0 with a 1.86 ERA. As you mentioned, Ryan Shaw from Livermore, went to Livermore High School, then he went to Long Beach State. And we first saw him with the A's, then he was with the White Sox, the Yankees, and now he's with the Cleveland Indians. And you're going to see a lot of cutters. And good velocity ones, too. Low 90s cutters, hard slider. But a lot of that right there, that's his bread and butter.
Hicks drew a big walk in the 5th, eventually scored. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Oh, I was reading the wrong stats. Huh.
Yeah.
Ryan Shaw came up with the Arizona Diamondbacks, and then he came to Cleveland. So all the Shaw family who've been listening to me out in Livermore, I apologize. But the scouting report was correct. He is a guy that's going to throw a lot of cutters. And he is tough, especially on righties.
Hicks is out swinging. And let's check in with ABG.
All right, gentlemen, I know you've been waiting for this all game long. It's photo time. The fans know it now. It's sponsored by AT&T. Who made our broadcast today? Michelle did from Sacktown. We went to our first game of the season, and we caught a ball. If you bring your glove, you'll always catch a ball, right, Krug? Hashtag CSNBA fan photo, your name, your hometown, and you might make a broadcast. Guys?
You never know. Here's Joaquin Arias, and Arias fouls it out of play.
You just might make a broadcast. You never know. Plus, you bring your glove, you may protect the people around you. And in a ballpark as quaint as this one, you need to bring it.
Arias breaks his bat. This is hit to Santana, who throws out Joaquin Arias.
I think Santana's a little happier at third than he was behind the plate last night.
I think he's a little happier at third, absolutely. He got beat up a lot last night behind the dish. Santana's played all over the place with the ability of Gomes to catch, and the fact that he's a good catcher. The Indians started moving Santana to first, now playing third. There's a strike to Pagan.
You've got to be strong to throw as many cutters as Shaw throws, and as good a cutter that he throws.
Look out, Pagan, 1 ball and 1 strike as he jumps out of the way.
The movement on a cut, for the most part, it's flat movement. It doesn't have much tilt to it. But a high velocity cut like Shaw has, it gets in on a left-hander. It gets off the fat part of the bat and on the end of the bat on a right-hander. Very tough pitch to hit. And there was a guy that just retired last year in New York that made a pretty good career out of a cutter. Mariano Rivera, maybe the best cutter ever thrown. But in his career, he encouraged a lot of guys to try that pitch. And perhaps Brian Shaw was one of them.
It's a pitch in Mariano Rivera's case where he could tell you it was coming. I mean, that's what he threw all the time. And you still couldn't hit it.
There's a Mariano Rivera fan. A lot of them, including us.
Pagan pops it up. And this is going to be caught very nicely by Cabrera in shallow center field. 8th inning coming up. Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. It'll be the final game of the series, Giants and Indians. Pregame live will start at 12:30. First pitch right at the top of the hour. It'll be Ryan Vogelsong against Danny Salazar. This is your home of your San Francisco Giants. There's the lovely Martha. Is that Bruce Jenkins' boat?
I think it is.
Here's Asdrubal Cabrera, and he takes low, 1 ball and no strikes. I know Jenks. He's been a writer in this town for a long time. He's doing very well.
Yeah. That's his boat.
Swinging a foul into the glove of Buster Posey. 1 ball and 1 strike.
At least that's the story we're going with.
He may not know it,
but he definitely knows the lovely Martha.
big breaking ball misses. FL wanted it.
It didn't miss. He just didn't get it. And that's the first time Las Diaz saw it, and it stunned him.
That's the remarkable thing about Marcus Patillo last night. The first time he saw it, he called it a strike.
Yeah.
Hit out into center field and hit well. Wendell knocked it down, and Pagano put it away. The beauty of this ballpark if you're a pitcher. Cabrera's going, huh?
What do I have to do? I mean, he absolutely hit that thing on the screws. It's the same look we saw all those years at Candlestick. And if you're a pitcher, you come to really like that look. On days like today, when the wind just beats up fly balls, it turns a lot of guys back to the pine. Woo-hoo.
Here's Yan Gomes. We were telling you that story that Henry Schulman wrote about Yan Gomes marrying Atlee Hammaker's daughter. And what did Atlee tell his daughter? Stay away from
ball players. Do not marry a ball player.
You offended by that?
No.
What'd you tell your daughter?
Do not marry a ball player.
There's a swing and a miss, no balls in 1 strike.
No, I never said that, actually. I mean, I couldn't. I mean, her 3 older brothers were ball players. I'd be sending a mixed message.
Big league ball players? Oh, 0-2 to Yan Gomes. Hit up the middle, Crawford. Right near the bag. 2 outs. Affelt's got a couple of ground balls and a fly ball. And here's David Murphy. Murphy's 2 for 3.
Yeah, he's hit the ball hard every time.
Hit to second for Hicks, and that'll end the inning. Pence, Belt, Posey coming up.
Time now for our Honda Player of the Game, and we think that in the 5th inning, when the Giants had not been able to score, Gregor Blanco stepped up and did this. A first pitch swing and base hit that put the Giants on the board, made it a 3-1 ball game. They would go on to score 4 in that inning and take the lead. And that swing of the bat we think is worthy of our Honda Player of the Game. Congratulations, Gregor Blanco. The White Shark coming up big.
Here's Hunter Pence. Pence picked up a couple of RBIs in the 5th inning. Shot a ball into the glove of Kipnis at second, knocked in the tying run and the lead run. No balls and 1 strike. Here's Romo.
Getting ready.
Pence pops it up into center field. And Bourne will get there in plenty of time.
I think that Jason Kipnis was pretty happy that he heard Michael Bourne come in and wave him off. That was going to be a tough play for Kipnis, the Indian second baseman. The wind today, the sun, I mean, everything about this was impossible for the middle infielder. And Michael Bourne, who covers a lot of ground, comes in and very easily makes the play. But for all you kids, here's the lesson. Go hard. You never know. And that's what you like to see from a professional.
Belt takes a strike.
That's what you like to see from every ball player. If you're a dad, you bring your daughter or your son to a ball game and you want to say, hey, watch that guy play, pick out Hunter Pence.
Brantley puts it away, 2 outs. Here's Buster Posey. He hit his 5th of the year in the 6th.
Just to get it in, slider in a 3-2 count, and he elevated it above the belt. Buster Posey said that would be all for that one.
Outside corner, and it's 0-1. 5-3 Giants here in the 8th. Look out. And that'll bring up Perez.
Like he's trying to go in the inside corner and got away from him, hit him up there just around the elbow area of his left arm.
I guess catchers don't rub it. I mean, I'm asking for a massage right now.
What are you talking? You never rubbed it.
I did too.
You did not.
I did karaoke's going down to first.
In your mind.
Bring the stretcher. Perez takes low, 1 ball and no strikes. Actually, I don't even remember what I used to do.
You didn't go near it. You did not give the pitcher the satisfaction. I was there.
Lifted into left center field. Bourne all over this one, and that'll end the inning. On we go to the 9th. 5-3 Giants. in the ninth. It's 5-3 Giants. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
The numbers for Sergio Romo. This is the 10th game he's come in. 5 for 5 in save ops. 1-0 with a 3.0 ERA. 9 punch outs against a couple of walks. Just 8 base runners in 9 innings pitched.
Jason Giambi will be the pinch hitter. And a first pitch strike.
Giambi immediately gives the stank eye at Laz Diaz, thinking that was down and away. Giambi in his 19th year at the big league level. 43 years old.
He's 0 for 4 on the season.
Just missed the wraparound slider on the backside, and I think that was a better pitch than the one that was called a strike. So the count 1-1, probably what it should be.
Giambi's got 2,002 hits. He's got 438 home runs.
Yeah, he's had a great career, and he said that someday he wants to manage.
And they're going to see if he swung. And Bruce Bochy is going to come out. And I'm not sure how much he can argue on this. But he may have swung.
Now, if you swing and it hits you, you're out.
He didn't swing.
He did not swing. So a very frustrating start to the inning for Sergio Romo. And now he faces the top of the lineup.
So here's Bourne. Bourne goes to left. And standing and catching is Perez. 1 out. So Kluber is the pinch runner.
He's one of the starting pitchers for the Indians.
So here's Swisher.
Kluber threw a shutout the day before the Indians showed up in San Francisco.
Well, that's your reward. Swisher is 2 for 4.
And he will swing to try and tie this game up.
And he takes a strike, and it's 0-1.
Straight away in the outfield. Play off the line with Arias at third. Other than that, pretty much where Abner Doubleday put him.
Romo a bit wide, and it's a ball and a strike. Swisher, at least during the regular season, has never faced Romo.
Good changeup, and that's the pitch he worked on all spring. And I tell you, this one just impressed Nick Swisher.
Foul back. So Romo staying away on that pitch to Swisher. Jason Kipnis is on deck.
Setting up away.
And that's exactly where he threw it, 2-2.
And the movement on his fastball, movement on his changeup. Now that's a two-seam fastball. It's got sink and it's got movement away from the left-handed hitter. He grips his changeup with the two-seam grip, and it'll have the same movement. Obviously, not the same speed, but it's movement that runs away, and he'll work that outside corner.
Tapped slowly. Romo slings it. Belt's got it. 2 down.
Nice play. And what set that up is how quickly Romo got off the mound and got to the ball. I thought initially it was going to be a lot tougher. And Swisher got out of the box pretty well. I mean, it's average speed, but still you're thinking there's a chance for a base hit. Not even close. And it had everything to do with how quick Romo got to the ball. I mean, this is cat-like. Barehanded. And once he saw he had a lot of time, he got himself balanced and made a good throw.
So here's Kipnis. And a strike, and it's 0-1.
Just put movement in his mind off the plate away. And then he'll adjust the speed. And all the while stay in that outside corner.
Hit on the ground to Crawford. Crawford has it, and that's the ball game. Giants take Game 2 of this 3-game series. And Mike, nice comeback.
Well, really down 3-0 in this game, and Zach McAllister was on cruise control. They put together all their offense in 1 inning, and that was the key. And then the bullpen really came up stellar and made it stand.
So the bullpen, fantastic. Jim Lincecum ends up with a no decision. And the Giants in the second game of this homestand, they're going to win this one. It's the Giants 5 and the Indians 3. Esurance Giants postgame live with interviews on the wrap is coming up. But first, let's go to the Sportsnet Central studio.